Let's talk about aluminum, the metal that once outshone gold. It's hard to imagine now, but there was a time when aluminum was considered more precious than any jewel, a symbol of wealth and modernity. In the 1800s, Napoleon III served VIPs with aluminum cutlery while everyone else got gold. That's how rare it was. Aluminum was so prized, it was displayed alongside the French crown jewels at the 1855 Paris Exposition, dazzling visitors with its silvery sheen. The problem? Pure aluminum was locked in bauxite, and extracting it was a nightmare. Chemists struggled for decades trying to find a way to free the metal from its stubborn ore, but the process was expensive, slow, and yielded only tiny amounts. Everything changed in 1886 when Hall and Héroult, working independently on opposite sides of the Atlantic, discovered you could zap aluminum oxide with electricity to get pure aluminum. This breakthrough was nothing short of revolutionary. This Hall-Héroult process made mass production possible, turning aluminum from a luxury into an industrial staple. Suddenly, what was once reserved for emperors and exhibitions could be used for everyday things, cookware, machinery, and more. The US jumped in first, building smelters and launching what would become Alcoa. American entrepreneurs saw the potential and raced to scale up production, eager to supply a growing nation. But Canada had the real advantage: endless hydroelectric power. Its vast rivers and waterfalls were perfect for generating the massive amounts of electricity needed for aluminum smelting. The Hall-Héroult process devours electricity, and Canada's rivers made it the perfect aluminum powerhouse. Cheap, clean energy meant Canadian aluminum could be produced at a lower cost, giving it a global edge. So began a North American rivalry. The US had industry and market size, Canada had cheap, clean energy. Each country brought something unique to the table, fueling competition and innovation. This difference has shaped their aluminum industries for over a century. Factories grew, technology advanced, and aluminum became a backbone of modern life, from airplanes to soda cans. It's a story of innovation, resources, and a border that's seen more than its share of trade squabbles. Tariffs, treaties, and negotiations have all played a part in this ongoing saga. Instead of a dramatic showdown, it's more like two roommates bickering over the utility bill. They may argue, but they're stuck together, sharing resources and responsibilities. The result? A partnership that's as competitive as it is codependent. Both countries rely on each other to keep the aluminum flowing and the industry thriving. Aluminum's journey from royal tables to kitchen foil is a tale of science, power, and a little friendly North American rivalry. It's a story that connects emperors, inventors, and everyday people. And yes, it's still the best way to wrap your leftovers. From high society to home kitchens, aluminum has truly come a long way. But its real story is much shinier than that. A testament to human ingenuity, international cooperation, and the power of a little friendly competition. Why does aluminum matter? Because it's everywhere. From the moment you wake up to the time you go to bed, aluminum is a part of your daily life. Modern cars use aluminum for strength and lightness, better fuel efficiency, less gas money. Airplanes? Impossible without aluminum. It's the material that makes modern transportation efficient and safe. It's light, strong, and keeps you safely in the sky. The next time you look out of an airplane window, remember that aluminum is what's keeping you airborne. Next time you're on a plane, thank aluminum for holding it all together. It's the unsung hero of aviation. Cities rely on it too. Window frames, doors, and building facades stay rust-free thanks to aluminum's protective oxide layer. This makes our urban environments more sustainable and visually appealing. It's durable, low maintenance, and keeps our skyline standing tall. Aluminum's resilience ensures that our buildings can withstand the test of time. And don't forget the humble beverage can, lightweight, chills fast, and infinitely recyclable. It's a small but significant part of our daily lives. A recycled can can be back on the shelf in just 60 days. This rapid recycling process makes aluminum one of the most sustainable materials we use. Aluminum is the backbone of cars, planes, skyscrapers, and your weekend six-pack. It's a versatile material that supports various aspects of modern life. It's the metal that quietly powers modern life. From the vehicles we drive to the buildings we live and work in, aluminum is indispensable. So next time you argue about which side of the foil goes up, remember, aluminum is the unsung hero behind the scenes. It's more than just a kitchen staple. From transportation to construction to your fridge, we can't live without it. Aluminum's versatility makes it a crucial part of our infrastructure and daily conveniences. It's not just tin foil, it's the metal that keeps the world moving. Its applications are vast and varied, touching almost every aspect of our lives, and it's here to stay. aluminum will continue to be a cornerstone of innovation and progress. Let's talk numbers. In North America, Canada is the aluminum heavyweight. Canada produces about 3 million metric tons of primary aluminum a year, triple what the US manages. Why? Cheap hydroelectricity. Smelters need massive power and Canada's got it. Many US smelters have shut down, unable to compete with Canada's low energy costs. But here's the twist. The US is the biggest aluminum consumer, using over 5 million metric tons annually. That's 5 times what it produces. So it imports the rest, mostly from Canada. Canada makes it, the US uses it. It's a classic case of supply meeting demand. The US imports more aluminum from Canada than anywhere else. It's a codependent relationship. Canada supplies, the US buys. But when it comes to who's making more, Canada wins, hands down. The real drama starts when it's time to pay the bill. The US-Canada aluminum trade is like a sibling rivalry, mostly smooth, sometimes explosive. Free trade agreements like USMCA are supposed to keep things fair and tariff-free. But in 2018, the US slapped a 10% tariff on Canadian aluminum, citing national security. Canada was not amused. Retaliatory tariffs flew and tempers flared. The logic? Protect US smelters from cheap global aluminum, especially from China. But US manufacturers need Canadian aluminum, so tariffs just made things pricier for American companies. After much back and forth, most tariffs were lifted, but the threat always lingers. This on-again, off-again tariff drama keeps businesses on edge. The result? A trade relationship that's as stable as a Jenga tower, and the next tariff dispute is never far away. Who's making more money in the aluminum game? Is it the companies pulling metal from the earth, or the ones turning it into the products we use every day? The answer isn't as simple as you might think. It depends where you look and what part of the process you're talking about. North America is a tale of two industries, each with its own strengths and strategies. Canadian companies like Rio Tinto and Alcoa have a major advantage: access to cheap, clean hydroelectric power. This lets them run efficient smelting operations, keeping costs low and profits high. Their low energy costs mean big margins on raw aluminum, much of which heads straight to the US border. Canada is a powerhouse in primary aluminum production, shipping out massive quantities every year. The US, meanwhile, dominates the value-added game, taking that raw aluminum and transforming it into finished goods. American companies turn raw aluminum into high-value products: car parts, airplane wings, skyscraper frames, and so much more. This is where the real engineering and innovation happen. The US market is massive, driving demand and pushing companies to constantly innovate. American manufacturers set trends that ripple across the globe. Canadian producers depend on a healthy US economy. If American demand drops, Canadian smelters feel it fast. Their fortunes are closely tied to their southern neighbor. The US has leverage as the main customer, even if it relies on Canadian supply. So, who's more competitive? It's a delicate balance of power and partnership. Canada leads in primary production, while the US excels in high-tech manufacturing and design. Think of Canada as the efficient farmer growing the best crops and the US as the Michelin star chef, turning those crops into gourmet meals. Both sides need each other to thrive. Without Canadian aluminum, US factories would slow down. Without US demand, Canadian smelters would struggle. The real profit comes from working together. Raw material meets world-class engineering, and both sides benefit from the partnership. It's a partnership, not a zero-sum game. When both sides win, the whole region prospers. Each side has its edge, but the biggest winner is the North American supply chain, a network that's stronger together than apart. That's where the real value lies, in collaboration, innovation, and a shared vision for the future of aluminum. Aluminum jobs look different on each side of the border. In Canada, smelters are economic anchors, unionized skilled jobs in Quebec and British Columbia. These roles keep entire towns afloat. In the US, most aluminum jobs are in manufacturing: auto plants, aerospace factories, construction. Tariffs may protect a few smelter jobs, but they risk hundreds of thousands downstream. Both countries face automation and the need to retrain workers for a high-tech future. The real challenge? Adapting the workforce for tomorrow's aluminum industry? Aluminum's environmental impact is huge. It's energy-hungry to produce. If smelters use coal power, the carbon footprint is massive. Canada's edge? Hydroelectricity. Most Canadian aluminum is made with clean, renewable power. That gives it one of the world's lowest carbon footprints, marketed as green aluminum. The US has a mixed energy profile but shines in recycling. Recycling aluminum uses 95% less energy than making it from scratch. Both countries are under pressure to go greener, developing new tech to cut emissions even further. Companies and consumers want sustainable materials, and Canada's already ahead. The future of aluminum is about being clean, not just light and strong. Canada leads in green production, the US leads in recycling. Together, they're pushing the industry toward a cleaner future. And that's aluminum's next big story. So, who's winning, Canada or the US? If you count raw production, Canada's the champ, more aluminum, cheaper, and greener. But if you look at market size and profits, the US dominates with its massive, innovative manufacturing sector. The truth? They're not really rivals, they're partners. Canada supplies the metal, the US turns it into high-value products. Each side depends on the other. Without Canadian aluminum, US factories would stall. Without the US market, Canadian smelters would struggle. The real winner is the partnership itself. It's a supply chain built on mutual need, not competition. The drama is mostly political theater. In reality, they're two sides of the same shiny coin, and together they keep North America strong. The future of US-Canada aluminum hinges on geopolitics and green tech. With global supply chains under threat, their partnership is more valuable than ever. Canada's clean aluminum will only get more attractive as companies chase lower carbon footprints. The US will keep investing in recycling and renewables. Tariff disputes will flare up, but the economic logic of partnership is too strong to break. The trucks will keep rolling, and the aluminum will keep flowing. Next time you see a can or a car, remember the cross-border teamwork behind it. The US-Canada aluminum story isn't about winning or losing, it's about building something stronger together. And yes, it's a partnership worth toasting, with a cold aluminum can.